Madame le Ministre. Javier, please. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be here in this conference. Only 4 days ago, in Paris, the world showed that regardless of nationality, culture, religious, we are together and we condemn barbarian actions. On January 11th, more than 3 million people marched in unity to show that nothing can ever prevent free speech, liberty of thought, and more importantly, liberty of media. France, mother of powerful slogan, liberty, fraternity and equality, showed to everyone that unity is not just a word, but this is an action. Only through this action can we, as members of a democratic and free society, move forward in our endeavor to build a better future for next generations. The photo that is now on the screen clearly shows that in a small country like Albania, religious harmony and fraternity have been the basis of our nation. In the picture, there is our Prime Minister, Edi Rama, together with 4 representatives of 4 religions that coexist in Albania. We are a country that cherishes and believes in religious harmony and considers it a treasure and a trademark, and we are happy to share it with you in this significant event. Dear ladies and gentlemen, when I first received the invitation to speak at the 3rd International Conference of Reputation War on the theme How to Fight Decades of Bad Reputation, one of the first things that came in my mind was how is Albania perceived internationally. Before entering in politics, my work was focused on social issues and integration of different vulnerable groups. So I really understand very well how difficult it is to change a negative reputation and make societies look behind the barriers and judgments built in decades. Societies and countries evolve in years, and I believe that in the case of Albania, change has come gradually and has not been always an easy path. One of the biggest challenges of the Ministry of Urban Development and Tourism, newly created institution in Albania almost more than 1 year ago, was how to improve the image of Albania. As a new government of a country that urged for change, this challenge transformed into strength to bring economic growth, sustainability, and more importantly, to positively change the international perception on this small country in Western Balkans. Image is about reputation and perception. It is a strong tool on improving or damaging a country's reputation. Image relates to national turmoils, national policies, international affairs, regional cooperation, branding, promotion, culture, societies. 2014 was a good turning point for Albania. You might ask why, and what happened this year for Albania. When we think about small countries, and especially about Balkans, we think of diversity that unites these countries by land and customs. Becoming members of the European family is a dream that unites us all. And for Albania, the achievement of the candidate status in European Union came as a result of years of work and successfully fulfilling priorities and requirements. The news undoubtedly came as a reward of a good work and ambition to achieve the best and bring tangible results for the country and for the people. Hence, Albania has a long road to make to reach its goal of becoming full member of European Union. The Conference of Western Balkan States, held in Berlin in August 2014, emphasized the importance of regional cooperation and building long-term partnership among countries. This conference stressed the role of regional cooperation as a factor of stability, peace, and prosperity, and the role of Albania in this event was crucial. Prime Minister of Albania, Edi Rama, he presented the regional projects in this conference. And today, while we turn our eyes to the Balkans, we see the will of cooperation and building bridges, even between countries where partnerships was really very difficult. The visit of Albanian Prime Minister in Serbia after 68 years and the new path of cooperation between our two countries shows that there is a goodwill. If there is a goodwill and good trust, even the most difficult barriers could be overcome. In 2014 year, Albania was also visited from a special guest. The visit of Pope Francis in September 2014. That was by far an astonishing momentum for the country. Was not only a blessing for us, but a wonderful possibility to show to the world one of our greatest values that we have not lost in centuries, that of religious harmony. And that was the reason why Pope chose Albania to start his visit in Europe. And really, we were very proud of that. My dearest friends, change needs time, and so does reputation. And Albania is an example of how much effort and work you need to put into changing a bad image. I'm sure that the photograph in the back could be shocking to some and raise some question to the others. But this is the image, in fact, that was shown to the world when communism fell in Albania in early 90s. An image that talks more than words could say. It talks about people urging for freedom, escaping from a regime that isolated the body, the mind, and the spirit, where the fear of unknown and the desire to live a better world was really correlated. And for most of the Albanians who fled the country in 1991 and continued to emigrate in the years to come, there is one sentence that they all articulated. We are living to build a better future for our children. It was a dream for Albanians to live in free and democratic countries, and a lot of them succeeded in their dream. They are now citizens of the world, successful in their achievements as doctors, professors, engineers, entrepreneurs, and artists. Now they hold Albanians' name high with their success. Inva Mula, Ismail Kadare, Angelin Preloçaj, Tedi Papavrami are some of the Albanian artists who live in France and whom I want to thank for introducing a new image of Albania to the world. I would like to thank very much the people of France for making them feel like at home and express their talent and professionalism really in liberty. Their voice, their talent, speaks more than any politics about Albania. Emigration was not just an Albanian phenomenon, but almost all the countries of Balkans were faced with it. Bosnia in 1995, Kosovo in 1999, are vivid testimonies of the dramatic events that the region was known so far. Albania opened its doors to more than 1 million people during the Kosovo crisis, and only through trust, goodwill, and support from our international friends, we successfully were able to manage this tragic event. 1999, Albania was highly appreciated for this hospitality and open heart to people from Kosovo. This helped our reputation and our image in the world. More than 20 years later, compared to the photo of 1991, we look back to the past of the country and we proudly say that we have changed. Today, Albania is governed with a clear vision where we want to go, how we want to be perceived, what we want to achieve. And in words of the Albanian Prime Minister, who also spent considerable time in France years ago, he says, "Together we can create the space for a multiple cultures, beliefs, and identities to live side by side." Today, Albanians believe that their country is not anymore in transition. It can offer new opportunities for growth. As a government, we have implemented some important policies to give strength and enhance the development of priority sectors. We put citizens first and their demands for economic growth, employment, security as drivers of our political agenda. 2014 was a successful year for tourism in Albania. And this year, apart from being visited by tourists from countries of West and East Europe, became an attraction destination for many travel writers. Each article was written as an invitation to visit Europe's hidden treasure. The British travel magazine, Wonder Travel, ranked Albania in the hot list of where to travel in 2015. The Telegraph ranked Albania as one of the first 20 countries to be visited in 2015 by stating, "This former communist country, off limits for much of 20th century to all but the most inquisitive travelers, remains among the least discovered, and some would argue, but misunderstood of Balkanian countries." National Geographic Traveler states, "Travelers have largely overlooked the Balkan region, which has long been shrouded by a troubled past. But its enigmatic nature may prove to be its most potential drawing card. It might seem a vicarious glimpse of a far-off land. Yet, as with Albania, it might soon be within reach." The New York Times in 2014 ranked Albania as one of the first 4 countries to be visited. Albania offers a beautiful landscape with 3 UNESCO sites, Berat, Gjirokastra, and Butrint, cultural heritage and archaeological parks, a beautiful coastline, mountains, and rivers that can be easily used for sport activities. But the uniqueness of Albania is hospitality and religious harmony, which is a clear sign that tolerance and respect are values that we cherish and we are proud of. I think we have a long way to go, and with small but secure steps, we are succeeding in our personal war of changing our reputation, our image, and the way we are perceived by the world. I believe strongly in the power of media, and I would like to take this opportunity and thank you so much, the media in general, but especially the international media, for their powerful voice in building reputations, and especially for Albania to build a new reputation. Dear friends, the Albanian experience talks of an endeavor to change the long negative image of isolation, crisis, or conflicts. We do not have unique solutions, but we were good learners and implementers of the best practices that have worked in almost other countries in the region or in Europe. And these kind of international events are a very good opportunity to present our country and our image. I would like to conclude by extending my thank you and gratitude to Mr. Ginitsi as a former member of the International Jury on Branding Albania competition that we organized in May 2014. This competition gave Albania a new logo, a new slogan: Albania, go your own way. Today, I only shared with you a small portion of Albania's dream, a country in Europe who, thanks to its good friends, have been able to change its image after decades of bad reputation. I would like to thank you for your attention and to extend to all of you a warm invitation and sincere invitation to come and visit Albania. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please stay some minutes.
Okay.
What would you say, what are the countries that are reacting the most positively to your message that you try to spread all through Europe, all through the world? Do you have different reaction from different countries? How would you perceive the reaction of your neighbors, of the country you try to advocate?
I mentioned that the year 2014 was a good year in general for visitors to come to Albania, and we have seen a considerable number of tourists coming to visit Albania, mainly from neighboring countries, but we have an increased number of visitors coming from France. Around 40,000 people were for 2014 French people visiting Albania. There is a high interest also because very soon we'll have direct flights from Paris to Tirana, starting from the end of March. We have an increased number of visitors coming from Slovakia, Poland, Austria, of course, Kosovo, Montenegro, Macedonia, Italy are closer, and we have the biggest number. But I think that the work that we are doing to promote the country through participation in different international fairs, through social media, through international media as well, have increased the interest about Albania, especially about its history, its cultural heritage, and also to know more about a country that has been isolated and closed for so many years.
Is there a big, a large diaspora of Albanian people all through social media that you're connecting with?
Yes, there is. We are a small
because
country.
A lot of people get away from Albania in the
yes
last century.
Yes, and we are a country with a little more than 3 million people, and 3 other millions are outside of the country,
yes,
of Albania. So we have diaspora, and Albanians are all over the world. And they are also helping us to build this new reputation. I mentioned some famous artists, but I have to really say that they are very good ambassadors of Albania and Albanian tourism all over the world. But also I have to mention friends like you and other friends of Albania have really helped us to build a new image. I have to say something that we discussed about people visiting Albania, that it's hard for them to make their mind to come and visit Albania. But when they come, they keep coming back. So I think this is a good sign for us and more encouraging in our work and in our struggle or challenge to build this new image of the country.
Yeah, sure. And it's, do your neighbors, Croatia on the north and Greece on the south, are helping you to bridge the territory or not?
I think regarding tourism, the region has a lot of potentials, and we have to be aware that also we are competitors, yes, for attracting more tourists. But I think even we are so close, we have many things that are make us particular or special compared with Kosovo, with Greece, or with Montenegro. The landscape, the values, the culture, the history, the culinary. The fact that Albania is very safe, and also the fact that the prices in Albania is the best economic prices compared to other countries in Europe, make us more preferable. So I do think that we work in the improving the image, but at the same time developing touristic products which will be really more interesting to different tourists.
How many years do you give yourself to revert the bad reputation of Albania?
Very interesting question and hard to be answered with a specific number. I do think that we are really kind of touching the tangible results of the work done even before. We are now intensifying our work, and I do think that soon we'll be more well-known with a clear reputation about the real Albanian life or real Albanian situation. I think it will not take long. I believe in the power of the branding, of the image, and the coordination efforts with all diaspora and all our guests all over the world.
So I hope that we will have contributed to that. So thank you again very much for your time and for your visit.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.